All right, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and apparently I've been under a rock, right? Or at least I've just been caught up doing my own thing. But I did not even realize that the Seven Deadly Sins YouTube channel actually made an official announcement that Goddess Elizabeth is literally coming next week. Like, that's nuts, right? She's probably the unit that most people are gonna say is the most toxic unit in the game. All the YouTubers pretty much hate her. Personally, I feel no ways about her whatsoever. Like, I've never used the unit, I've never experienced people using the unit, but everything I've seen so far from people basically just says she breaks the game. And honestly, I don't know if I agree with that, right? I'm gonna wait until I see her or get her, play against her, and then make my own decision. I'm not gonna feed into anything that anybody has been telling me, right? That she's terrible for the game and whatever. But apparently she's coming and she has a very good kit. So you are definitely going to want to get her. She's gonna be the second Fest unit that we get on Global to go alongside Lost Vein Meliodas. She's gonna make him even more dangerous because she revives people. This is crazy. So she's been here since the beginning. Yeah. And let's see. Let's go on an adventure. Okay. I thought they were gonna show off her skills and stuff. Okay, so it's just basically like a flashback of everything that's happened. All right, Goddess Elizabeth. Yo, those wings look so sick. Those actually look really sick. So, anyways, point is, if you don't know anything about Elizabeth because you don't keep up with JP, her first card just basically cancels stances and stun. And her second card, she actually puts up a barrier, which is the barrier of all barriers, right? Essentially, what this does, it makes it so that if you have stuff like Blaze, if you have stuff like Triple Pierce, if you have stuff like weak point, if she puts up this barrier, none of your bonus damaging skills will actually work. So like, let's say mono red, where Escanor gets the buff from Arthur, then he just runs down the field and just wipes off your unit. Even a level 1 shield from Elizabeth will nullify that attack. So because of that, a lot of people hate Elizabeth because she kind of forces you to think outside the box and play around her kit. Which honestly, she's a goddess, right? She's supposed to be OP. And honestly, a character that requires a little bit of thinking to play around, I like that, right? It makes the fight, it definitely does make a lot of characters that was meta before weaker, because you have to play around her shield. You can't just come in with Demon Meliodas and just fire off 3 Pierce cards and then the team is just wiped. You actually have to go through the barrier first before you can actually start dealing damage to people. Now, Rupture damage still works, so skills that have Rupture like Blue Matrona Diane or like Valenti's ultimate can actually one-shot even if they have the shield up, but most of the other effects will get nullified by the shield. She even gets more toxic with her ultimate, right? She heals allies for 30% of their max HP. And I believe this goes up to like 70% of their max HP at 6'6". And she reflects. Yeah, she reflects up to 120% of the damage that's taken and heals for 50%. Oh my gosh, for 2 turns. So like basically, when Elizabeth ults, you have no choice but to skip your turn or try to one-shot, right? But you also have to keep in mind that if she puts up her ultimate and you haven't activated her unique yet and you one-shot, she's just going to revive whoever you one-shotted. And I believe that damage is going to get tossed back at whoever attacked and then they're just going to die, right? So she does have a very, very overpowered kit. So you might want to get at least 1 copy of her. Now, since she's a Fest unit, it's going to be a 900 gem banner, just like Lost Vein. Now, if everything stays the same as JP, Lost Vein Meliodas is going to be on that banner as well. So if you don't have Lost Vein Meliodas, now would be the best time to summon, because then you can get a copy. Well, if you go to 900, you can get a copy of Lost Vein, or you can get a copy of Goddess Liz, because I believe you get to choose from a selector, kind of like you did for the KOF characters. It's kind of bad that this is coming right after a lot of people blew so much, right? So much on the KOF collab. I think they should have waited until like December, like at the end of the year, and then bring out Goddess Liz. Give people a month to save. But this is what we're getting now. This basically tells us that we are on a high-speed collision course with JP. Like, we are definitely gonna. And the thing is, I hate being behind JP because they get all these fun units, and then we have to sit and wait for like months to get them. Like, and I'll say, like, when I see like the new Archangels and stuff, like Ludocio, like I just want to play with these units, man. I'm tired of waiting, right? So on one hand, yeah, it sucks that they're rushing out these units, but on the other hand, I like to get the same thing as JP at the same time. But if you're free to play, I guess you like to have the advanced knowledge of knowing what's coming so you can save towards it. So I understand like both sides, but I'm actually looking forward to playing with Elizabeth, because her unique will make it so that if you go into PvP and you're just vastly overpowered by somebody, they can't just completely one-shot your character and that's it, right? Because what happens here is if they like one-shot your character, they actually get revived, and the same amount of HP they had when they died is what they have when they come back. So if they just one-shot you from full health, you actually get brought back to full health. If you're at half health and you get killed, you're coming back at half health, right? So she actually forces a lot of teams to play around her. Like, our overall kit is very much so broken. I can see why some people would be upset about it, but for me, man, honestly, characters that make it so you actually have to think when you play PvP matches is actually a good thing, right? Like, for example, I love Pierce. Right? I love using my Arugula. I love using my Demon Meliodas. But when I go in, it's just the same cards every time. I don't need to think, right? I can just, if I get 2 Pierce cards, boom, boom, boom. Right? If Lost Vein is on the field, I try to line it up so I can just burst him down in one turn, not one team. Anyways, in one turn. But with Elizabeth on the field now, we're gonna have to think, do I have enough damage to burst down the Lost Vein, kill him, and then kill him again? I think that's what a lot of people don't like about Elizabeth. It forces them to think and play around her unique and her skill set. I personally think that's the problem that a lot of people have. They just want to go in and they just want to clap, 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 and they don't want to think too much, right? No, that's not to say her kit isn't overpowered. I definitely think it is overpowered. But I think what people hate the most is the fact that they have to play her game, right? And it is kind of a stally game because she revives people, and if she gets to her ultimate, she's one character you never want to get to their ultimate, right? Because if she gets up her ultimate, it's kind of like Estarossa, but like on super steroid. Because Estarossa, you just skip one turn and it's over. No, you have to skip multiple turns, and while you're skipping turns, they're attacking you. So yeah, it's pretty nutty, man. It's pretty nutty. So anyways, we're gonna wrap this thing up right here. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the new banner that is gonna be coming. I'm gonna be very much so looking forward to seeing who they put on the banner alongside Elizabeth and Lost Vein. Hopefully Red Derriere is on there, because believe it or not, your boy still don't have Red Derriere. That's right. That's right. With all the summoning that I do, I still don't have Red Derriere. Okay, you can't buy luck in this game, bro. That's just what it is. That's why when I see people saying, "Oh, PvP is all pay to win," bro, you can pay and still lose. Okay, if the RNGs is not in your favor, it's not in your favor, bro. If you get outplayed, you just get outplayed. That's what it is, bro. So if you can save, now I think this banner is gonna last for a month. I don't know for sure, but I think it's gonna last for a month. So if it does last for a month, that'd be pretty good, right? It probably will give you enough time to save up a good amount of gems. If you don't have any now because you spent it all on KOF, should you still summon? I would say no. Okay, let me actually say this. When we see the banner, I'll give my definite opinion if you don't have enough gems. But just keep in mind, with the pace that they're going, Goddess Liz is going to come back on the Festival King banner alongside Lost Vein, right? More than likely. So if you don't have enough gems now, you only have like 400. PvP is going to be harder because she's going to be there. You're going to have to play around her while not having her. But it would be a better decision, if you only have like 400 or 500 gems, to just hold on to those and wait until Fest King comes, because Fest King not only counters this whole Outrush Elizabeth meta, but also on that banner, if you save, you'll be able to get a chance of getting Fest King, Demon Hendrickson, Lost Vein, and Elizabeth for Fest. Well, I guess Demon Hendrickson is not a Fest character, but he basically completes King. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this thing so far. Very surprised that they're releasing her, but I had a feeling it was coming. Still, PvP is going to be interesting. A lot of teams that were viable before are going to actually take a back seat. A lot of units that were not viable before could actually start seeing some play, because Elizabeth's going to help them stay alive a little bit longer. So should be interesting. I'm going to have a whole lot of fun, that's for sure. So catch you guys in the next one, guys. Be safe. Peace out.